A little bit more than 3 years ago, that 9-year-old Zion person was shot and killed near this intersection here.
A former gang leader in Roanoke is facing a life sentence in prison.
Take his chain, take his chain. Take his chain.
What if there existed a hidden brotherhood feared by many? Join us as we navigate the some compelling stories of the Crips, uncovering the truth about their notoriety and how they were finally held accountable for their actions. Number 1. Stanley Williams. Stanley "Tookie" Williams, a notorious gangster, gained notoriety as a co-founder of the Crips gang. Born on December 29, 1953 in New Orleans, Louisiana, his life took a different direction when he moved to the tough streets of Los Angeles at a young age. Growing up in a troubled South Central neighborhood, Tookie found the streets more appealing than his home. As a child, Tookie began confronting neighborhood bullies and copying criminals drawn by violence and drugs. He even got involved in illegal dogfights. He believed that the streets had more to teach him than any classroom. He relied on his fist for connection and money. In 1969, Tookie met Raymond Washington, and together they founded the Crips gang to protect their neighborhood from rivals. However, the story took a dark turn. Raymond was killed in 1979, leading to conflicts within the Crips. That same year, Tookie and 3 others committed a robbery that killed a man. Allegedly, that was not the only crime he was involved in. Despite seeking redemption, Tookie faced mixed reactions to clemency appeals. On December 13, 2005, he was executed by lethal injection. His legacy remains a topic of debate. Number 2. Antonio Simmons. In a courtroom in Norfolk, Virginia, a man was convicted of a leadership role in a racketeering conspiracy, multiple murders, attempted homicides, and a litany of drug and firearm offenses. Antonio Simmons, known by his alias Murdoch, was condemned to 3 consecutive life terms. His affiliation was not with any ordinary gang. He held a high-ranking position within the 9 Trey gangsters' bloods. In December 2015, a series of violent events shook the region, resulting in 5 deaths and 4 injuries. These victims weren't connected to the 9 Trey gangsters or any similar group. They were everyday people, mothers, a grandmother, and others caught in a turmoil caused by Simmons and his associates. What made this even darker was the belief that one victim was singled out due to suspicions of helping the police. Simmons was not just an organizer of these events. He was also directly responsible for 2 of the murders during planned robberies. Within the gang, competition arose between key shooters Anthony Foy and Nathaniel Mitchell, each striving for recognition through violence. This rivalry led to the tragic death of an innocent woman just days before Christmas. The prosecution talked about the mindset of a man who proudly recounted these horrific acts, the disturbing levels of apathy towards the lives he had changed forever. Number 3. Antonio Nathaniel Davenport Jr. Antonio Nathaniel Davenport Jr., also known as Lil Tony, and Derek Lamont Dixon Jr., also known as Smack, are currently facing murder charges in Durham, North Carolina. Lil Tony and Smack were part of a gang called the notorious 8 Trey gangster Crips. But they weren't just ordinary street troublemakers. They were involved in many illegal activities like shootings against rival gangs, drug trafficking, and bank fraud. Things took a dark turn when rival gang members attacked Davenport at a mall and shared a video of the assault on Instagram. In response, Davenport and Dixon and their gang friends, including Deval Nikki Magwood, also known as Paco, devised a revenge plan. They opened fire on a car, thinking it belonged to a rival gang member, Davenport, who had threatened on Instagram. However, the car carried 9-year-old Zion Person riding with his cousins to get snow cones. During the trial, Dixon pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges, while Davenport was found guilty of murder and discharging a firearm during a violent crime. They received life sentences. Despite being responsible for such a heartless crime, their lack of remorse shocked many people. Number 4. Sean Denzel Garand. Denzel Garand is facing serious charges, including conspiracy to commit murder in Roanoke, Virginia. He used to lead the Rollin' 30s Crips gang in the area. Garand, also known as Harlem Dank, was part of the Dirt Gang. Garand pleaded guilty to a racketeering conspiracy charge that included murder and another conspiracy to commit homicide. Disturbingly, his gang even forced a 17-year-old to murder as a twisted form of retribution for gang violations and disloyalty. Garand is currently imprisoned on state charges of fleeing arrest and looting. He has agreed to serve those sentences along with the 37th sentence he'll receive for his guilty plea. Garand displayed absolutely zero remorse for his action. Number 5. Dimitris Devine. Dimitris R. Devine, also known as Respect, age 37 from Garner, NC, has been sentenced for his involvement in conspiracy, murder, distributing controlled substances, and tampering with witnesses. He'll serve 4 life imprisonments consecutively, along with a 240-month prison term and 5 years of supervised release. The evidence presented showed that Dimitris R. Devine was a leader in the Gangsta Killer Bloods gang and later formed 2 more groups, Black Mob Gangstas and Donald Gee Family. This gang caused a lot of fear in Raleigh and the Eastern District for a long time. That concludes today's video. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe to our channel for more such content.